Hi there, welcome to my channel. My name is Crystal and this is Books Forever After, where I sit on the floor and we talk about everything and all things books. So today we were talking about my April reading plans, or April TBR, which stands for to be read. So let's get started. Okay, so I feel like April is going to be a very chaotic read month. I'm not really feeling any certain pull or way to what I'm reading this month, and it's actually kind of dictated by most of these are going through the Libby app, so from my local library. So I don't know, except for my TBR challenges. That's really all I'm going to be focusing on for my physical TBR challenges. And if you want to know what those are, I do have my 2023 reading goals or plans video that I can save down below and up in the cards as well. Okay, so first off, let's start with the good stuff. The first one is part of a Johanna Lindsey read-along that I am co-hosting with April from Happily Ever April, and I will link her channel down below. And our most recent live that we just did, we covered the third one in this series. So we are covering the Mallory Anderson series by Johanna Lindsey, and just delving into that world, reading one book of each of those series. It's a 12-book series, so 12 months in a year, 12 books. This month is The Magic of You, and this is going to be following Warren, who was introduced in Gentle Rogue, and also Amy Mallory, which I think is a cousin. You've heard of her, but very in passing. If you didn't catch it, you kind of would have missed it. So yeah, I don't know much about the plot, but I'm really looking forward to delving into it. Next, I have currently on hold, and I kind of delayed this whole hold. It is an anthology by it's a historical romance anthology by Sabrina Darby, Sierra Simone, Joanna Shoup, among others. I can't really see who else is on there. And it's called Duke I'd Like to F or there. I first heard this through Jess from Peace Love Books, and I'm finally picking this up. For a long time I was just trying to search for it to purchase it, but I'm like, first let's just try to, I'm going to get it from the Libby app. I have it on hold there to read as an ebook. Next, I have on hold on the Libby app that I actually just got access to, which is probably what I will first delve into in my ebook after I finish reading. I'm currently reading one of the Zodiac Academies, the second one in that one right now. So this one is American Prince. It's the second book in the series of the American Queen. It's American Queen? Yeah, American Queen series. First one was so good. This is a very King Arthur art retelling, and it focuses on like a menage kind of a thing, and it's a little more involved than that, but so far it's really good. And the first book kind of left off in a cliffhanger, so I'm looking forward to getting into that. But essentially you have the president, the first lady, or she becomes kind of like the first lady in the first one, and the vice president kind of have a relationship. So it's very interesting on how that relationship evolves or gets started. There is an age gap here as well between the president and the first lady. But so far it's been so good. I'm probably explaining this very poorly, but it was really good, and so I'm looking forward to reading it. The first one was definitely a 5-star, and I'm really hoping to eventually get this as physical copies as well. So I'm hoping the second and third ones are just as good as the first. Next is Dark Notes. I have this one on hold as well. This one I might just delay for May. However, I kind of want to read it. I did read Sea of Ruin. I got that from the library as well via my Libby app, and I loved Sea of Ruin. It was a historical romance, like pirate romance. This is like a forbidden romance, I think, between a piano teacher and his student. I think it's college age. I don't really know. That's really the only premise that I know about, and I believe there's like some BDSM aspect to it, but it looks really good. Especially the whole piano, I don't know, the whole piano kind of a thing is, it definitely really intrigues me. And I think, oh gosh, I can't think of the name, but there is a song, like, I think like from the 80s. I think, I can't remember the name of it. If I can find it, I will put it in the description, but it's just, it reminds me like of that. And you know, in high school I had a crush on a piano player guy, so it's just does something. So there's something so attractive about piano, and I think it has to do with the hands. Like, come on, it's always the hands, right? The female gaze and everything like that. So that's just like what is so intriguing. So yeah, definitely looking forward to reading that. So I think I'll just definitely read that one. And then I have an ARC that I have on NetGalley. I think I still have access to reading it. I think I downloaded it on my ebook. We'll see. I kind of want to read more ARCs and give more reviews that way as well. So I'm trying to at least do one ARC a month. I have access to NetGalley, so this is Just My Type by Fallon Ballard. Or Fallon Ballard. This, it is, it looks to be a rom-com type, and it looks like between writers, I believe, like typewriters, so Just My Type, similar to like Book Lovers, I'm assuming. So again, I don't really know much about it, but there you go. And then lastly, which is not romance, and it's been a while since I read anything that was kind of nonfiction-y. I used to, most of the time I've always read fantasy, historical romance, like fantasy, romance, YA, fantasy, a little bit of rom-com, romance, and everything, basically everything underneath the sun under romance. I did used to like historical fiction a little bit too as well. I really geared towards like Queen Elizabeth kind of fiction, but this one is a biography, so like a memoir, and it's been widely talked about. It's Spare by Prince Harry, and I just want to know, I want to get the tea. I just want to get the tea. So I have this downloaded as an audiobook right now. I was been on there for months, ever since it released. Like as soon as it released, I had like requested it on the Libby app. So I believe I have just the audiobook, and I'm still waiting for the ebook, and I kind of requested both, and they were at the same line just so I could read both of them at the same time. But if I'm going to listen to an audiobook, I feel like a memoir or like a biography is probably easier in that format to consume or to listen to. So yeah, I'm interested in trying that. I might actually listen to that one first. Because I find myself, like, when I'm trying to read or listen to audiobooks, I daydream. Even at like fast speeds, then I feel like I missed something. So it's very difficult for me, and I think that's just something that it's another muscle to stretch, that you have to learn how to listen to audiobooks. Just like when you're reading, the more you read, probably the faster you read, kind of a thing. So I'm sure I'll get there. We'll get there. Alright, so that is it for those ones that I have like tentatively planned. So those ones are all subject to change. However, those are my top kind of priority in order to read those. I do have my 2 challenges that I want to draw for. This is my historical author romance challenge, and then my 1 shelf challenge where I try to read books for a week from that shelf, or at least throughout the month. I haven't really made set rules for myself, which is probably why it hasn't been as successful, because I'm also a slower reader, so having all these challenges is a little harder. So yeah, but we'll get there. We'll get there. Well, not to belabor the point. So for the one shelf challenge, I did not get to it for March, so I will have to, and I think I kind of just want to redraw anyway, what I want to read. And I do have one other physical that I might want to read if I'm in the mood for. I do want to read this one. I was gifted this one, and it's a PR box by Maggie Cole that I wanted to give away on Instagram. And so this is the second one in the duet. So I got both books, and I really just want to finish this one up because get caught up on it. So yeah, so that might also be my first priority for a physical book. And then that means we will draw. I have my 2 cups here and this one. So I have my one shelf, and this is my historical romance author challenge. And we'll just do the historical romance author one because it's like faster, and my other one I had to move. So we'll get there. Okay, so the rules for this one, which I'll leave that one out because I only had one book for that one, is to put a historical romance author and try to read at least one book out of this, or just read of my historical romance authors from here, and try to get through all these unread ones. And some of these are rereads. I just haven't read them in a while, mainly like Julie Garwood, for example, or Lisa Kleypas. So Lisa Kleypas. All right, so here we go. Okay, we will pull that out. Kate Bateman. Oh my god, I'm kind of excited that I got this. Alright, so I just like bought books for this one, so that's actually perfect. So, alright, so I pause this, and I'll get all my Kate Bateman books that I have owned physically. Okay, so I recently picked up the Kate Bateman one, which I'm really confused on why these are like this, but yeah. So the ones I recently picked up off of basically by the recommendation of Jess from Peaceful Books again. This is A Reckless Match. I think this is like rivals to lovers, I believe, like family rivals. So yeah, that's pretty much what I know. That I've never read anything by Kate Bateman, but I hear it really good. This is what I was talking about, like they're different sizes and kind of, I hate it when I do that, like stick to one. Can we stick to one? But yeah, so yeah, this will be my first read by her. And then I had picked up the third one, A Wicked Game. I think I saw this at a, actually I got this from one of my recognition points from work. So yeah, so this is definitely different. This is her brand new release, I think just released this year, like January or February or in December. I just can't remember. I know it's a recent release the past couple months. So first and third, I would probably pick up the second one physically as a purchase or something. But yeah, if I do end up loving, only if I end up loving this. So I have to at least try to get to this one. But yeah, that's needs to be my focus this year because I do want to read 50 historical romances because that was my first real true love and romance. So yeah, so looking forward to getting to that one. And then we have my one shelf challenge. So this is my actual physical TBR, which is like the top, this month was the top shelf of this, which has a lot of, which is my contemporary romance. And then my IKEA shelves out in the living room, which just have a lot of my fantasy, romance, fantasy, YA fantasy kind of things over there. And a couple of like more women's fiction. I have a couple of those. So yeah. All right, so let's get started. All right, I have this shelf back in here because it is what it is. Let's keep it fresh. All right. Okay, this says IKEA middle TI or T1, which just means middle IKEA shelves, the top shelf, starting at the top, the first shelf. So that is my method to my madness. So let's get started. and show you this one. Okay, so these are my shelves. This is the shelf in particular. I have a lot on here that I don't think I read very many, so I haven't got to that one. The ones I have read are these, this one, and I think that's it. So any of these are fair game. So I think actually I've been kind of wanting to get back to, like, I think I want to read a YA. This is a Fae Changeling YA story. I think it also has like a love triangle, which is not my favorite, but it is what it is. So I think this will be my focus, is this series, and possibly getting to the Daughter of the Siren Queen. And I know I still need to get to this too as well. It looks intimidating. So yeah, definitely. So I think I will start on reading this one. It's called Switched by Amanda Hocking. Alright, so that is it. These are the books. My physical TBR. The Vow. And my HR Sogo Romance Author. Challenge. Reading A Reckless Match. And then reading from my One Shelf Challenge, this series first is Switched by Amanda Hocking, which I actually picked this up in a library book sale a few months back. I think actually back in August, and for some reason I've been wanting to, but I've just been stopping myself from reading it. So really excited to read this. So yeah, I think that is it. So yeah, please like, subscribe, and comment if you would like, and let me know in the comments which of these you think that I should prioritize first, or ones that you're excited to read yourself in the month of April. So yeah, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.